to Talk to Tess, where we make masterpieces out of our mess. So the first thing I want y'all to know about the story of Black History Month is that it was known as Black History Week. Back in the day, they used to use the N-word, but I don't really want to say that on my channel because I don't agree with the context in the context that they were using it in, and I don't also know how YouTube would take to me using that N-word. So I'm not going to say the N-word, but it was known as Black History Month. Really just put the N-word in the middle. In the beginning. A Harvard scholar named Carter G. Woodson and minister named Jesse E. Moreland established the Association of the Study of African American Life and History. Like I said, they used to use the N-word back then, but I'm not gonna say it on my channel. So they cleaned it up, which I really love. They changed it to African American versus the N-word, and it is now known as the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, okay? And that started in 1915, really started that week to honor and acknowledge African Americans and what they have done in history. Now, moving forward, that same association or organization, if you will, they went on to finance History Week at that time in 1926. And when they financed this, they chose it to be the second week in February. And they chose it to be the second week in February for vital reasons, and that reason was because it was the same birthday week as Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. So that's why they decided to do it within the second week of February. So I hope you guys are following me, that this started off as just 1 week of acknowledging from a scholar and minister of just acknowledging and honoring African American history and the culture of just African Americans. The Black History Week gave inspiration to schools and communities all over the world in 1926 to really organize local celebrities, establish history clubs and performances and lectures on African American and the culture of African American and really the history of African American and why they were so important to America. And so that now puts us in present time where we are now, where how did this actually become a month? Well, it became a month because since 1976, every president has designed February to be Black History Month in America, in the United States. And so a president named Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976. And he told the public at the time, he told the American people at the time, okay, this is his quote, that he sees the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black African Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. And that's what he said, that African Americans are really neglected in every area. And so let's take this moment, let's take this opportunity, and let's take this time to acknowledge them, to acknowledge where they have come from, to acknowledge what they have contributed to the American life. And let's take this month to really celebrate them, which I thought was really dope, because just the fact that a president could even at that time acknowledge that the African American culture has been neglected over time and through history. We see time and time again we're left out of history books. We see time and time again that we're not acknowledged or really taken care of in America at times. And so to really acknowledge that and see that it was really an issue and that we were neglected, I think is really dope. And that just really sets the tone of what February African American History Month is really all about. And so since 1976, every American president, has endorsed a specific theme to Black History Month. So not only is it Black History Month. Not only is this a month in February where we celebrate, you know, and honor the life and the culture of African Americans, but every president has also come up with a theme to further honor and acknowledge the African American culture. And so the theme for 2022 is Black Health and Wellness, which is super dope because I really feel like, you know, I'm on social media a lot, and I really feel like, you know, as I look on social media, I feel like we have really, African Americans have come a long way with, you know, their health and wellness and really discovering what works for our bodies and even our mental health, you know, like even just our mental health. We have really acknowledged that more in the Black community. I know that, you know, coming from the Black community and the Black culture, it's really hard sometimes to acknowledge the mental health when it comes to African American, because sometimes we always kind of look over it, but really I really have seen a change in even the mental health awareness, which also has to do with your health and wellness, you know. And then also too, just with working out and eating right, you know, I've seen so many things on social media where, you know, Black businesses and, you know, African American celebrities and things like that have really started to acknowledge how important it is to maintain your health and to maintain your wellness. You know, we only get one body, we only, you know, have one life to live, so we want to make sure that we're living it healthy. We want to make sure that we're, you know, living it as long as we possibly can to be here for our kids, to be here with our parents, to be here, you know, for all those important necessary things that life, you know, has us take on and on this journey called life. So I thought that was really dope that they don't just have it as a month, but they have it where there's a theme where you can also learn about how African Americans have, you know, contribute to the health and wellness of America, and also how far we have come with just even acknowledging that in our own communities. So that is just amazing. And now in present time in 2022, countries all over the world have a certain month where they acknowledge and they honor African Americans just like we do in America. So how in America we have it as February, where we acknowledge African Americans and we kind of are giving back to the culture of the Black community. It's the same thing in other countries all over the world, like Canada and the United Kingdom, where they have a certain month of their own that they acknowledge African Americans and the Black culture. I am going to be doing a series this month, so every video that I drop in February will be about Black History Month, okay? And so really I wanted to start it off with telling the story of Black History Month. I really want to tell the story of Black History Month. So I'm gonna start off with that, and then from there I am going to be discussing different people who played an important part in American history, people that you probably never heard of, because some of them I never heard of until I really started doing my research and I really had a desire to do this segment on my show. So some of them may not be, you know, of who you may have heard of, others may be, but you know, I'm going to be bringing a new person, discussing a new person in each video that I drop this month, and they will be African American, and I will discuss how they contribute to the African American culture and really pave the way for African American men and women to be in the position that we are right now, and you know, how we have grown from back then until now. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, Toxic Test family, and I hope you guys will enjoy this journey that we are going to go on in the month of February. Thank you guys for watching this video of Toxic Test. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I love you guys, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Bye.